A scrape.
Yeah, but even better if it's something electric, so you just go la 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 la.
Okay, well, my hands tremor enough, so same difference.
Okay, I think we can do the little introduction for the start. Hello, everyone. Welcome to our final round of our little cosplay lab event. Today we have our wonderful toast, Purple Toast.
Hello.
Hello. Okay, we can hear you. Great. And please give us a little introduction about yourself and what you will be talking about today.
So I'll be talking about cosplay makeup, which I do very unconventionally. So I'm gonna talk about a lot of things that beauty influencers do not really use, but it's like really cool to use in a cosplay makeup, cosplay scene because it's out of pocket. And makes you look more like an imaginary 2D character. I have been doing both cosplay and makeup since 2018 on a very steep learning curve. So even if you are not using makeup, especially like if you're a man and you're like, oh, I can't use makeup because I haven't done it since birth, you still can. There is no time limit to start learning new techniques.
Thank you so much. And today we will be doing our little shout out a bit later in the day. Okay, hello. We have more people joining in. I'm not the only one late, so that's really good. And we can go ahead and you can start streaming.
Yes.
Thank you.
Let me just see if I'm not accidentally I am audio. I don't want that. Okay.
And also one more note. Make sure when you've turned on the streaming option on Discord that you're streaming the full screen instead of just the application because it might get a bit weird if you're maybe that's fine if you can just scroll it through that maybe. No?
Okay. You want so full screen?
No, the thing is Discord would not like record the app the app itself but more like not the full screen basically. So if you're in full screen maybe we will not see you doing slideshows and stuff. So are you in full screen? That's what I'm trying to say.
This is full screen for presentation. I'm hoping.
Okay, just try to flip through the pages.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't see that. Try maybe just okay. That's good. Thank you.
I just want to say, if you're streaming, if you want to stream a specific window, go into the presentation, Alt tab to Discord, and then you'll have the actual presentation window to stream. If you want to stream the specific application,
I can just do entire screen.
Or do the entire screen.
Yeah, entire screen is fine as well. Yeah, I'm just really bad at explaining.
And it should work.
Now it's great. Now it's great. Thank you.
Okay, great, nice. I'm gonna take that as a yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, here is a little table of contents. I'm gonna go through few different topics, a little bit of introduction, and then I have divided the makeup into base and contour, eyes and eyebrows, lips, and of course SFX, which is a little bit smaller than I usually talk about SFX because there is a ton and it can be a presentation on itself. And lastly, some tips, tricks, and little details for like easier makeup and more flair to it. So, introduction. Here are my inspirations and the style I use for makeup. Of course, every person can develop their own style of makeup. Is it more natural? Is it more drag? Is it more on whatever style the person might choose? Mine mostly are drag queens, the goth community, and ever since I watched JoJo, everything is now JoJo. And of course, makeup is art. It uses certain rules and how to apply makeup, as well as art uses rules and applications and so on. So I see them more of a connected art, and makeup is more connected than people think. And the face is, in this case, canvas. So first is base and contour. Quick basics. I see a lot of influencers put the foundation directly on skin, so they will just squeeze it on their face. For cheaper makeup that does not work, it's gonna look patchy, it's gonna look not blended. You either wanna put it on the back of your hand or on a little metal plate like it's on the right. And of course, for the foundation to better stick to your face and not melt in the middle of a day, it should be, your skin, your face should be prepared with a moisturizer and makeup adhesive moisturizer, which moisturizes your face and makes the makeup stick on. And of course, if you're using a creamy foundation, which is not a liquid one, it's in a stick or similar. It is great to spray your blending sponge with water, which makes it blend in easier. Now, everyone has a different face, and not every placement of contour will fit on everyone's face equally. It is very important to learn how your face shape works, and also try a lot of different placements to see what works the most, because a falsely applied contour can make you look ugly even if you're not ugly, but it just makes a shadow that shouldn't be there and kind of messes with your makeup. I use both contour primer and powder because it makes a nice even base for your powder contour, and it also blends out more smoothly than using just a powder, but it is kind of lighter than if you would to use powder, the creamy one. So yeah, many different versions of contour. You can blend it in more, you can leave it sharp, you can make it be more potent, more darker, you can leave it lighter, depends on how you vibe with it. Of course, you can use concealer and foundation if you wanna make that edge on it, which I'm gonna talk about a little bit later. And contour is used to make the illusions of shadows, which you can make a new jawline for yourself, a smaller nose, a wider nose, depending on the character. You can have very obvious cheekbones if you use it correctly, and so on. And for contour, you can also use black face paint, which acts like that cartoony comic manga style, especially in JoJo. So it just cuts it fully off, and because black on black is hard to see, you can really cut off part of your face, so it seems like you have fully new face shape. Femme contour. So personally, for the femme, I most of the time use it fully blended in, as you can see on the pictures, both sides blended in. Sometimes I use it sharper. Again, a little bit later, I'm gonna explain what I mean by sharper. It's used to accentuate your cheekbones, which means you're gonna place it underneath your cheekbones. It's kind of a rule to start it from the upper edge of your ear and make your way through to your mouth. You can also open up your mouth and then see how your cheekbones are laid, because the shadow will appear more obviously if you open up your mouth, and you can just follow that. And if you put it too high, it can look like there is only shadow and no cheekbone. So don't eat your cheekbone. You are here to accentuate it. Oh God, my English. I'm sorry. And for the nose, I'm using Goths as an inspiration because I just love that small pointy nose. And I go with it. You are absolutely free to not do that. It's not everyone's style, but the application of it is the same. Just make it a little bit wider. And of course, you can use lighter tones to under your eyes and on the forehead and on your nose to make it look like it's a higher area. So in the rule is lighter, higher, darker, lower, and that's your contour. And jawline depends on the character again. If you want a stricter character, for example, I have here Nanami, more serious, I use sharp jawline. You can also just make the contour to eat that jaw and you would have that nice anime I don't have a jawline look, and just vibe with it. For masculine, it is reverse basically. Personally, I like the sharp look. And now here I'm gonna explain the sharp look for the contour. So the upper part is very blended in. The bottom part, it's cut off. It's a straight line. And it's just how the shadows work. You know, if it's a bigger indent, it's gonna be a clear line and then it blends out into an even area to your cheekbone. The rule stays the same. It begins at the top of your ear, goes down. And here is a little diagram of how it looks flat. Again, if you open up your mouth, you can follow that line very nice. And you're also gonna see if you open up your mouth, where your chin lays and that line, the bottom line, so the end of it, should go towards how your chin is ending. So this would be mine. And it just goes through somewhere in the middle, somewhere where your nose is, and then goes in an angle through your ear. And here it says, quick tip, open up your mouth to see where the natural lines of your face are and follow them. You do not connect it fully to the end. There is a small space area where you just fully blend it in, because if you connect it fully down, it just looks weird. Nose depends on the character, but making it thicker does give off a masculine vibe. Unfortunately, here I have Wesker, and he has a tiny little top of the nose, but it has a nice little crooked detail, which makes it look more masculine. You're free to do whatever with it, because at the end of the day, when the whole makeup ties together, it gives off that either masculine or feminine vibe. And of course, you can fully cut off your chin, jawline, make a new fully jawline, make it sharper. The sharper jawline works really good with male characters. However, it does look better on photos rather than in real life, because you can set up your lighting and everything. If you're on pure sunshine, it can like create new shadows, and then in contrast with the contour and everything gets mixed up. You get weird thing going on, but it can still work pretty good. Now, blending the nose. First, you are using a contour primer, which is in a stick. It's a creamy one. And let's say on this picture, I can show it like it would be like this. You put it on with a little brush, and then you blend it out. After that, you follow it with a powder contour. And again, you just repeat the lines to make them darker. And again, towards out, you're trying to make it lighter. It goes from the darker to the lighter parts. And then you take your concealer and you just, and a little brush, and draw the line on top so it nicely cuts it out. You're gonna have a sharp line on the top, and you can also use it on a sponge on the side to blend that in even more, so it really goes from the darker area to the lighter area into your skin. And then you can, for the end, use glitter on top. This is my personal preference, but come on, it's glitter. You gotta have some glitter on your nose. It looks cute and cool. And you gotta. Jawline contour. Again, you're gonna use both the cream and the powder. And here you can see that this is not my jawline. You can see slightly coming from under my ear, it going like this, and under this shadow, but the new one is here. So there is quite a lot of space between the actual jawline and not. And on the white one, you see this gray shadow, which really blends in with the shadow under my neck. So everything looks just like one shadow, but it's still part of my face. And you can create that to have more thinner face or sharper or whatever you're going for. You can have no jawline, you can make new jawline, whatever. You're gonna do that with a strict line that is not blended in. However, you can also blend it in. The difference is if you do not blend, you're gonna, for this part, use your foundation to blend your jawline into your neck, or you can just use a shadow and go from the strict line and blend the contour, the shadow, into your neck down. I prefer the method where I conceal it with the foundation more because it looks more cleaner, more natural, but both styles will work. And this is just a text of, if you wanna step by step, what I just said. And of course, if you're using a face paint, if you're white or red or green, you're not gonna, of course, use a brown contour. You're gonna take your best eyeshadow palette because I don't think they really make contours in colors, but you're gonna use a corresponding color for that base, in which case, if you're green, best option would be yellow for highlights and deeper, colder green for the contour. If you're white, gray. Plus, white does stack, just you gotta be very careful about it because it is water activated, and if you use it too much on one space, it might smudge or come off. But under my eye and the eyebrows and this like very white parts are just stacking of the white. For a red, you're gonna use darker shade of red. More colder colors usually work best for the contours. Glitter highlight, you can use it on very many spots. You can, and here is one diagram of where I have it currently on this makeup, and it's the usual spots you're gonna be using it anyways. You can use them all at once, like I did. You can just take certain parts of it and just use. It can be just your nose or just your eyes, or whichever. And you can use it on your lips because it's more sparkly and matte than using an actual glitter lipstick, and you might eat few of them. But, you know, your poop gonna look sparkly. Georgia contour doesn't make sense because it doesn't. What is the shadow? The contour shadow is under the eye, and then this part of the nose is very white, and then I put another contour here, even though he doesn't have it there, but I couldn't just have it under my eyes, and then there is like very white, and then underneath is again white, and it doesn't make sense. But because it's very JoJo and very comic style, it makes sense because you're a character. You're not trying to be a real life person with actual no makeup look. Black contour. I used it only once for my personal makeup, which is on the right. But these amazing cosplayers did it for cosplay, both JoJo and Powerpuff Girls, and you can see it how it's used to carve out a unnatural face shape, and the black just acts out as a shadow. Even better if you have some like scarf or even more black underneath it because it blends in very well. And again, on my photo, you can see how my chin, my jawline doesn't really start where it is. It's somewhere underneath, going like that. And also, when you are applying any kind of contour, it's best to apply it so underneath your ear and on the side, but not on the chin, because when you're looking forward, there's not really a shadow there and it's very flat, so it just looks like you put contour where it shouldn't be. However, it is very recommended to do blend it underneath you to go into your skin tone, the gradient, so it's still nice and blended even if you see the bottom of it and it's not just cut off. Bonus, if you are working with a white, and again, because I said, if you are stacking face paint in this case, water-activated face paint. If you go with more water-activated face paint on which water sits, it's gonna get reactivated and it can mess with the paint. So for white, I put a paper on this part where the contour is and just blended it on the upper side. The bottom being covered by the paper, it doesn't affect it, so it's nice sharp line. Now let's go to eyes and eyebrows. So I got asked a lot of times, how do you do a very straight anime eyeliner with hooded eyes? And here is the simplest way I can put it. Your inner part is gonna be very thin. And then the wing, you can make it as thick as you want it. Now the problem with hooded eyes is the line of the hood. However you try to connect it fully, you cannot. Because it's just gonna make a weird shape over that hood. So the perfect way to make it is just not connect it. If you open up your eyes, it is gonna look a little bit like a wing. However, if you have your eyes nicely, naturally, it's gonna perfectly line up. And you do this by looking straight in the mirror. So if I'm here, my mirror is here. I do not look down. I do not look up. My mirror is straight in my line of sight. And you just make a line while looking straight, not you're looking, by the way. You're not having your eyes closed, and make a line. Now, best way again is to go from the middle and go out. And then you come back, and then you make the other half towards the corner of your eye, and then you connect it down with the corner of your eye. If you're only gonna have a wing, do not connect it underneath, do not connect it somewhere in the middle. Just from the corner to the corner to the middle and down. And fill it out. And you're gonna be filling it out how you drawn it. I'm sorry. And just make this middle line connect fully on the right. You can make it a little bit softer with an arc, but never fully connecting those lines. And you're gonna have a perfect anime eye. Now, the eye shape theory. As I said, art and makeup very connected. In art, when you make an eye slanted downwards towards the middle, it looks angry. If you make it slanted towards the end, it looks kinda sad. If you make it straight, you have that neutral ground. And here are the examples. The natural, the straight, however you want to call it, you have going up. And here it doesn't really go down. I have a better reference because it's not really characters I'm making, but it is still has that eye drop on the end, which makes it look softer and sad. But here we again have a natural, straight, more angry towards the outside, and this amazing creative cosplayer Cibus that made a downward slanted for that sadder look. Now, eyeshadows. That is not one way to do it. And you can always get inspired by more and more and more things and do it in more and more and more ways, however you like it. The main goal is to blend it. And also use many, many shades for one makeup look. And of course, if the character has specific makeup, reference it. Don't strictly copy it. For example, we have Choso here, and he just has purple around his eye. But why stop there? Here is my version of it. However, it is in, I think, 3 different colors. The middle is gonna be darker, followed by some medium color. Let's say we have the darkest, we have the medium, and we have the lightest. And just make the gradient. In this case, I'm just going towards the outside and a little shine on the top. As well as Margaret, again, just purple blob on the eye. Why not make it darker purple? And this is pinkish purple that's really blended in, as well as the little shine on the top, and connected with more purple on the bottom, so it's not just naked. It's still Margaret. It's still their makeup. However, it is upgraded to a little bit more satisfying real life version. Of course, if the character doesn't have specific eye makeup, you can make it up. Unless you're going on a competition, which they very much value that you stick to the character, but still there is some room for wiggling out. For example, if the character is angry, I love to put a little shadow, the darkest brown I own, underneath it, because if you're gonna make an angry face and the eyebrows come together, there is a lot of shadows underneath it. Very cartoonish, very anime, very even game-like. So just a shadow there, and again, blend it with a lot of different shades of gray towards the outside, so it looks natural and it's not just a blob. And if the character doesn't have eye makeup, and I just have to have eye makeup, I cannot go outside with my naked eyes, I personally just use a smoky eye. It's my scapegoat. So here are some little diagrams. Blend a lot of different colors and use a style that's appropriate for the character. So as I explained, here we have FF. For them, I used lighter green and a darker green. We have the darker green on the outer corner and the lighter one on the eyelid, followed by some yellow, so just that there's more color, with a shine in the middle. Now this is a cut crease, and it's used by putting first darker green. I mean, that is more lighter green on the end of it. You can either first go with the lighter green around your eye and then in your eyelid, and then darker green in your eyelid, and then you would use a concealer to clean out your eyelid, because this is all happening above the eyelid. You can then conceal your actual eyelid, put the lighter green on, and put the yellow on top of it. Same goes with smoky eye. There are 3 different shades. Sometimes I put the white in the corner, sometimes not. You go from the lighter brown to the medium to the darker, and then even then you can use it. You can use the eyeshadows in so many different ways. Here it's not even in the eyelid. The eyelids are not being touched. The only thing, there is a line in the eyelid itself and eyeshadow above it with some shiny little glue-ons. So yeah, there is no rules except the actual rules of blending and color theory and everything going in it. A little bit about eye enlargement, or doll eye or doujin makeup. I still don't know the real name of it, but it's made to create your eye bigger and more anime and more animated. Now, the general rule is you are drawing a new eye on your eye. As you can see, there is a new waterline, there is a new shape, there is a lot of it going on. And if I were to explain it in a lot of detail, it would take a lot. So I do have a slide for actual tutorials. But the main tips that you should follow is lines have weight. You are making a new line underneath, which means that the upper wing on your eye, the eyeliner, should be thicker than the bottom of it. And then even then, the right side, the wing, both sides are gonna be thicker than the inner side. So you're basically going on the upper side thin to very thick to a little bit thicker to less thicker, but still thicker than going again into the corner of your eye. Works on every single one, unless, again, JoJo, it doesn't have connected lines. It follows no reason, no logic, so we just make it work. Still, the upper one is gonna be very thick, the bottom one is gonna be thinner. I could use a little bit more thickness on the outer corner, but I can recreate it at one point. Again, main point, creating a new kinda, I don't know what to call this. It's like highlight underneath your eye, as well as the shadow underneath the highlight, because your actual whatever that is covered by the new waterline, by the new lines. And here are my two main amazing inspirations, as well as the left person has a lot of tutorials. So if you want to screenshot this or scan it now, do it. I'm gonna linger for a second while I drink some water. And we're going to the next one. Eyebrows. Disclaimer. You are taking advice from a person with no eyebrows, and I know no rules or no bounds to how eyebrows should be. So, if you do have eyebrows, you can glue them down if you really want to do a whole new eyebrow, and that you're gonna do with a little brush in the corner, the hard part, the plastic part, and a non-toxic, bold italic, non-toxic glue in a stick. And you're gonna do that in few layers, few times until it's fully glued down. You're probably gonna have a mental breakdown the first time you're doing it, but there is TikTok tutorials for it, and you're gonna get the hang of it. If you wanna do angry eyebrows, as on the left, you should make them slanted again downwards, which means in best case scenario, the beginning of your eyebrow is gonna be underneath your actual eyebrow, and the end of it is gonna be above your eyebrow, slanted. For the sad look, you're doing in the opposite direction. However much you slanted is the amount you're gonna look angrier or sadder. And of course, for some natural, just resting face, it's gonna be straight or whatever shape it is. And if you actually want to do natural look, maniacs, if you ask me, I'm trying to be an anime character, not natural. You are gonna be we have as people less hair in the beginning, so it's gonna be lighter to actually dark, and when there's a lot of hair in a natural setting. And if you want to make them sharp, if you messed up a little bit, no biggie, you can use a concealer, and you can conceal all the way at the bottom of your eye, because a lot of people also contour like that. But on the upper side, just be careful, don't use too much. Use some color that really blends in with the base and foundation of your face. Again, there is no end to stylized imaginary character. Oh, there's a typo. Imaginary character eyebrow shapes. Whatever they have, you can go for it. No one is gonna judge you for looking like a cartoon character if you are dressed up already as one. Now on to lips. Okay, so every lip has a different shape, especially in manga and game and anime. They can be sharper, they can be oval, they can be whatever JoJo has going on. And most of the time, I am gonna overline my lips because I don't have lips. And I'm chilling with that fact because I can pull both big lips and very small Vesker lips. I still use different colors. For example, Lucifer in the middle, even though she has red lipstick, I put shadows, darker red ones. On the top, they go into two corners so that the middle looks lighter and more puffier. We want that. I don't know why, but it looks good. And then on the end, we're doing it in the middle. You can also make that difference bigger to put an actual highlight on that middle one, and then followed by two shadows. And you can also use make that overlining either with a lip liner or a maniac like me with a brush and lipstick, because I cannot be bothered to find a lip liner in the same color as my lipstick. And again, some tips for overlining lips. You want the corner of your mouth to stay free, because when you're gonna open up your mouth, let's see, on the last picture, it's going full around it. You don't want that, because when your lip open, you want your lips to separate, not to stay together and just go over the line of your mouth. So you can do it on 2 different ways. You either overline the top that goes over the corner of your mouth, the corner of your lip. You can go out towards the out however much you like, and that is what's happening on this picture right now. You can see the corner going out. It is not connected to the bottom one. The bottom one is just connected to the bottom of your lip, whatever your lip is. And the overlining on the bottom one still can happen in other places, like here. My actual lip is somewhere like this, so it goes like that, as well as my actual lip is this shiny line. So they are overlining on both top and bottom, but the outside stays straight, unconnected to the bottom one. Or if you don't like that, I personally do, you can go just past your mouth, your line, upwards and connect with it, and then, all of the same. That would mean that this line would just continue here and going up and connect and connect. It works as long as it's not just going all the way around it. Cutesy lips do the absolute other direction. You're gonna be using a concealer to conceal the end of your mouth, so you have that puffy, cute girl aesthetic, that is a circle. You cannot tell me that is anything else but a circle. And then fill in the rest like before. So you would overline the top, you will probably overline the bottom, use darker shades on the ends and the inside, and lighter on that puffy middle part of your lip. Them JoJo look. So there are details which I both picked up from JoJo and from cosplay community, and it's additional details around your lips. Highlights on the upper portion of your lip as well as on the bottom portion of your lip, going through whatever that part of your face is called, just like very tiny, very light. You can also blend this upper part in with more concealer or foundation, and it just makes it look like a highlight. You're using white aqua color and a very, very thin brush, and I do use brush for miniatures because I cannot be bothered to spend hundreds of euros for an actual tiny makeup brush, and they are really good. And again, if you have highlights, means you have shadows. So we have here, upper is the highlight, and then bottom is still a little bit of my lip that's colored with eyeshadow or contour, whatever you want to call it, in darker, so it seems like a shadow, as well as, again, this part of your mouth, it's a little shadow which makes it look more like an anime character. For men, I do use more boxy lip. So the way I cut it, it acts as a box. But also JoJo characters have that boxy look anyway, so everyone has boxy look. Who's gonna stop you from putting glitter on your lipstick as well? No one. You're gonna eat them, but it's fine. And of course, masculine lips. They are very different due to media. So an anime is not gonna be same as a game that's supposed to be more realistic. So on the right we have Wesker. He has no lips. So what you're gonna do? You're gonna conceal them, make a little fake shadow on the bottom, and boom, no lips. Very masculine, very slay. However, JoJo doesn't do that. JoJo is not give the boy some lips. Give him weird M-shaped lips. I'm not gonna say no. Mama didn't raise no pussy. I'm doing the weird M shape. Again, overlining, all the same. Bottom is darker for this makeup look. It has the highlights. Doesn't have in the anime, but JoJo takes no rules and just go with it. Again, here are the exceptions. If you're already going for full lips for a masculine character, The entirety of the makeup is gonna tie it all together because it's more if the lips are more like on the smaller side, it looks more masculine for the characters, especially if you have more feminine face. Making them smaller does give off more masculine vibe, but you can make them bigger, more full. Like in this case, they're still overlined, they're still big, they're still full, but then make them boxy. Make the bottom straight, make that little angle, make them very boxy, and again with contour and everything and the cosplay, it's gonna look very masculine. And now the little bit of SFX. So we have paint basics to remind ourselves what different paints there are. We have aquacolor, which is water-based, which means it's activated with water. It dries, then you just seal it with translucent powder, and you can also use fixating spray, but it's not mandatory. I use it for all the bases, all the, if I'm gonna be white or red or green, aquacolor. Supracolor is creamy. Some people use it for the base. They're maniacs because it's creamy, it doesn't dry. You have to seal it with translucent powder, with fixing spray, with everything in your power for it to not smudge. But because it doesn't dry, it's very good for blending in. So if you're doing bruises, if you're doing prosthetics, they're really cool for using it with them. And then we have alcohol-based paint, which is activated with alcohol, would have thought. They just dry. You don't have to fixate it or anything. However, they are not used for painting yourself all over your face and everything. I'm not sure if they're supposed to go over the eye. Should Google that. But they are used to make tiny little veins and such things that are more kind of translucent, which makes it look like it's under your skin, and you don't have to worry about making it look like it's under your skin. It's that effect. So aquacolor, use specific sponge. I learned from my mistakes that beauty blending sponge, not good. You're using this sponge. I'll be talking mostly about Kryolan, by the way. This is all Kryolan paints because there is Kryolan in Croatia. So yay. This sponge in particular, absolutely amazing for blending in and applicating the face paint. You wanna take the little plastic spray bottle, fill it with water, spray it into the paint, take your sponge, take that paint, put it on your skin in an even coat, work fast because it dries fast. Try to make it even from the first try. Because again, if you're stacking it, it can reactivate and just smudge all over and it's gonna look weird. And of course, you're gonna be using translucent powder on it, as I said, and optionally fixating spray. Do contour every face paint. Don't leave it blank. You're gonna look like a Teletubby. So good luck. Here is how Supracolor looks like. So it's the creamy one. You can see that it has some natural shine. It's really great for blending. It's very opaque. And on the other side, you have the alcohol paints. You can see how they are translucent, transparent, more for veiny work. And it's activated with 99% isopropyl alcohol, which we do not drink, unfortunately. A little bit of liquid latex because it's very easy to apply. You can make it standalone or pre-made. And by that, I mean you can either work directly on your face or make prosthetics like it's Leatherface on the right and then just reuse it every time because it's a mask. It mixes with paper, which means you're gonna have a little either paper towels or whatever, and put it in liquid latex and then do shapes with that paper and then coat it in like a layer or two more of liquid latex and get all funky shapes that you want, either it being a mask, either it being like burn marks, or even these fingers are made from it, or whatever Eddie on the left has going on. It dries a little bit slower. You can use a hair dryer, but because it dries slower, you can like tear it apart after you put it on your face or wherever. You can like poke it, make shapes, move it around, and just get what you want. Just be careful if you have eyebrows. I don't have this issue, but if you have eyebrows, it will glue in it and never let go. Hide them with, again, a non-toxic glue stick, or that's about it. I cannot think of anything else. Maybe Vaseline. Same applies to hair and all of the other hairs. And you do take it off just by ripping it off. So good luck, have fun. On it, you can use foundation and Supracolor. Those are two best ways. You can also take eyeshadows and contour and everything, but it's up to you what you're making. Here are some ways I use the liquid latex. Because I had a mold of my face, but I lost it. So my face was a mold for my face, but I was making the mask for Leatherface. And here is the direct application to my face that just stayed on and later got thrown in the trash. And a little wheel. I didn't use that one. I have a different one, but for burn marks specifically. Collodion, I don't know how to say that, but it's this little bottle of magic, and you put it on your skin directly, so no foundation, no nothing. You put it on your skin, and what it does when it dries, it just makes an indent, which then becomes a scar. Together with it, you use lip liners to make the middle more browny, the outside more red, or however you want to make your scar look. You are applying it in multiple layers on a little bit of a wider area, so it has more skin and more force to cave it in. Do not use it on your eyes and lips. It is a chemical, and it is very thin skin, and a lot of non-fun stuff can happen. And after that, you can use foundation and everything on top of it. But be careful that you don't really move your face around too much, because it can strain and break the effect. And now we have some fake blood. To make this as short as possible, there are way too many types of blood. There is eye blood, there is a wound filler, there is eatable blood. And two of my favorites are FX blood and drying blood. Drying blood is amazing if you want to use it on clothes, or in a non-stretchy area, so like not your face, because it dries fully, and then it's very, if your face moves, prone to just crumbling and falling away. But for clothes, amazing for some reason. And it does wash off of most of the fabric, so yay for that. While we have FX blood, which dries in a weird tacky way and stays more rubberish, so great for your face. You can put it on very well with a little sponge. It's a stipple sponge that is both a plastic and a rubber version. I hate the rubber version for this. The plastic one is way better, way more natural and spacky. And a very old brush that has seen things. The more glue it is on that brush, the better it will make a little splatters of blood. So keep that in mind. Don't throw away your brushes. Fixators. The translucent spray that I've been talking about a lot. The fixing spray, which should not be a standalone. People use it as a standalone. Use the damn fixing powder. You need that. This is optional if you really don't want to melt away during a very much heat. And Keikai is used mostly for keeping your eyeshadow at bay in one place. However, it can be used for more things, I have been told from an actual professional makeup artist. You can mix it with anything and it's gonna stay. And a little bit about tips, tricks, and details. To just repeat, you're making an eyeliner. You're looking straight at the mirror. Not down, not up, not bombastic side-eyeing it. You're looking straight. and then you gotta go through the painful process of reapplying your foundation, your contour, your everything. Do your eyes first. Take some foundation, take some moisturizer and foundation, put it around your eyes, take care of the eyes. You can easily take them off and repeat the process. It's gonna be less time consuming than doing everything again. That way you can even try a few different eye makeup styles if you're not liking the first one. And then you can go in and just put foundation on the rest of your face and go on with your day and life. The same applies for the eyebrows too. Additional details. If you are not competing, you can make your own look because again, in competition, it is important that you are looking like a character, which is Spider Mother doesn't look like this even closely, but I wanted to do funky makeup. So why not? Try out whatever you like. To make it easier for yourself, take some time, sit down, sketch what you want to do. Look at some inspirations, make few different ways how you can do this. Then try it on and see if it works. If it doesn't, change it until you find something you think it looks cool, and then you can do the full makeup. Fun thing with if you need colored eyelashes and you can't find exact color that you need, you can take white ones, take some colored mascara, paint them, which is the thing that's going on in this picture. They weren't blue, they were white, but I had blue mascara. Who's gonna stop me? To make little circles, which if you don't want to make them look like egg in the end, either, let's say, took the top part from a lipstick, which is a nice little circle, put it in your face paint, put it on your face. It's gonna make a little outline, and then you can fill it in. Same works with little round sponges. They don't really work well. They're not made for this makeup, but they will make a circle, which I did in this picture, and then fill it in again. If you wanna make your hands safe for touching people, after you applied a nice amount of face paint to it, you can fixate it with hairspray. Got to be, hell yeah. It's gonna be a little bit straining, but if it's the best thing you can do, the only thing you can do, it's good enough. And then you can make them less sticky with, again, translucent powder. Line art. Again, for line art, I use either aqua color in black or a brush liner. Depending, if I want it thinner, the brush liner is thinner, so it's perfect for it. Or with a little bit bigger brush for makeup, angled brush or whatever. For the rest of the thicker lines, for example, like Sukuna and so on, you want your arm, let's say your elbow, resting on something, whether it's a table, whether it's your knee or something. If you're in a shrimp position, you want it to be still. That way, your arms are not gonna, do unnecessary movement and strain. And if you wanna cheat a little bit, a little bit of cheating, use stencils. Again, on Sukuna, you see the upper corner, just draw it or find it on the internet, print it out, cut it out with a box cutter, put it on your forehead, and just paint over it, and it's gonna stay. Unfortunately, that doesn't work if the area isn't flat. For example, the side of my face, there is a long line, a lot of it is going on. I would really have to be careful what I'm doing and how I'm applying it, and I have a lot of foundation and everything underneath. So if I mess it up, it's not really good for me. So I'm gonna rather draw it myself. And again, it's really cool if you can kind of follow the lines of your face so you know where you place something. For example, this line follows the ear, and then this line, this little corner, goes straight to the corner of my chin. And then this on the upper side, I can actually see both sides of my chin, so it's fine. Which this creates is, if you make one side, you're gonna roughly know how the other side should be as well, because you put on some guidelines for yourself. And of course, lines have weight. make it thicker, thinner how you go. Don't make them flat. Let's call it like that. For example, on the nose, you can see that the middle is thicker, going thinner towards outside. Again, the corner is thick, thin, very thick, thin. That way, they just have a weight, look more artistic, more cool and natural, instead of it just being line, one straight, flat line. And if something is too detailed to just reapply, redraw every time you gotta be in cosplay, water tattoos. Just get it off whatever site, use some water, and bam, you have it. How to come to new ideas, especially with a lot of different makeups and styles and eyeshadows and eyeliners and characters and what can work, what cannot. Follow cosplayers. Follow cosplayers who do really cool makeup. Follow drag queens. Follow alternative makeup artists. Surround yourself with very cool, creative people and just look what they're doing. Just look at their makeup and learn from it. Don't copy it. Just look what they're doing. And then in your head, you're going to be like, oh, I can do that. I didn't know I can do that, but I could do that. And I can mix it with something else. And maybe I get a new idea. Oh, if he's doing an upward, I can do a downward motion. And then you get more ideas. Don't follow up on trendy influencers because they're all doing the same shtick over and over again. No makeup look, clean girl aesthetic, yada, yada, yada. Not creative. And of course, raid Pinterest boards for inspiration because there is so much cool stuff. So much. And again, do not steal, reimagine it, learn from it. And of course, the last tip, last trick is practice. You're not going to do it overnight. You're not going to do it in a week. You're not going to do it in a month, maybe in a year. But few years of constantly doing makeup is going to get you places. Thank you all for listening. Hope I didn't take too long. And you can ask any questions that you have.
Actually, I have 2 questions.
Yes.
One of them could be complicated, but the second one is easier to explain. And so I'm gonna send you 2 photos in the side chat. I was wondering, how the hell do I make myself look like this man? Because we don't have a Angron.
Oh.
We don't have the same face shape. I have no idea how I would do it. Send it. Thank you. There we go. So he has a very square face and a lot of anger lines and a different mouth shape to me. So how would you contour my face to look like him?
Okay, first, those 2 are very different pictures. The first one is very much a circle to me, like a big blob. And the second one is more defined, more strict. So which one are you more going for?
I'm just wondering how to make my face look more masculine like his, and how to define those anger lines and how to make my mouth smaller and just make myself look more like him, because all of these that I can find around are fan-made photos, fan-made drawings. So none of them is one that you can use as reference.
Mm-hmm. Okay, let me just...
Huh?
Tough one.
Tough one, yeah.
I'm just gonna shove it in here.
Okay, I'm gonna get myself killed now. You can just use no makeup at all.
That's so mean.
He's gonna pay for it later.
Good, good. Make him suffer.
Oh yeah.
So basically, there is a lot of things going on. First of it being, you need that is very much sharp. That is basically this. So
Okay.
to make that really sharp line, what you're gonna need to do is, you see how my ear is, right? My actual jawline, it goes on the end of that line. So you're
Mhm.
taking away the space underneath your ear, but you still want to connect it here. So to make that sharp of a line, you're gonna have to do the same. Just take away the space from your ear to have that new shadow and make a very sharp, this is just a triangle now, and connect it to your chin. And first part is done, that you have that sharp.
And what you said, don't go with contour on your chin.
Yes. So you're gonna stop at. You can make a new chin, which is just stopping before it, as well as I should have. Do I? I guess this will have to do. But you can make it look thicker. Your chin kind of wider. Is like. Ooh. I can open up Photoshop. I can sketch this out. Because one is have this imagined, the two is to have this actually explained.
I mean, we can do this in real life. You can come to us and we can have some coffee and you can
Oh
explain
yeah,
it
no
to me.
problem.
Like if you don't wanna, if other people have any questions or anything.
I mean, we'll be seeing you in Sarajevo, so
Oh hell yeah.
That too, yeah.
Maybe we can do a little bit of questions in the meantime. Okay, we have one from Algie. You can go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Hello, hello.
Hello, we don't hear you. Oh,
Sorry, I had my headphones muted. Oh my god. Okay, I would say, yeah. Actually, I have two questions. My first question is comparing like cushion foundations and like normal like pump foundations. Like I usually use tier cushion foundation, but I don't know if I don't know what the difference is or if there is any difference.
Wait, between what?
Cushion foundations and like normal foundations that like you pump out on like your palm and then you and with a sponge.
I only saw cushion foundations recently, honestly, and I don't know anything about them. Sorry.
Okay.
The thing is, I personally use a cushion foundation, and it's not that much coverage that you would get from like a liquid foundation that'd be full coverage. Mostly for tir, because tir is more like of a natural look because it follows the whole Korean style natural look of makeup.
Yeah.
But personally, and I think Toast feels the same way, is that you would want to have a full coverage. I'm not
Yeah, for
gonna say
cosplay,
makeup,
yeah.
but yeah, you want that full
Anime,
natural
yeah,
look.
like
Yeah. I mean, if you
glowing
want to
skin,
go,
yeah.
if you want to go for a natural look, that's absolutely fine. You can make a natural look character, but if you want to go like, oh, I want to be 2D and I wanna be like from
Yeah,
a
yeah.
comic, then you want to use you want to have as flat of a base as possible to make new shadows, new highlights on top of that where they are not currently on your face, new blushes, and just new colors in general.
Yeah. Now on to my second question. In Croatia, I recently got into makeup because of cosplay and everything, and I only found like this palette for contouring, like the Catrice palette, and it's too warm toned. Do you know any like cool toned contours in Croatia? Maybe like or stick or cream?
Croatia is very much homophobic when it comes to contour. I am struggling to find contour in Croatia. So I haven't been at Miller which I've seen that it has a lot of different things, might be there. Otherwise, either Krylon or online, but like in real life, you're not just gonna find it in Croatia lying around, unfortunately.
Yeah. Thank you.
No problem.
Do we have any? We have one from Adnan.
Hello, hello. Do you hear me? Is it loud? Okay, thank you. I have a specific question about aqua color since I'm using it for my Mundo cosplay.
Yes.
Since I don't know anything about makeup
Mm-hmm.
at the start, I asked the cashier at the Kyolin store, right, like when I bought it. She told me that I could use a normal paintbrush, and when I used it, I think I may have used too much water, and the paint, when I put it on my skin, it like faded from blue to green.
Okay, first rule of the Croatian Krajolin, whatever that they tell you, don't listen to them. Because on multiple occasions where I just there to get the stuff I need and I know how to use, and they're like, oh, you can do this and this. And I'm like, no, you can't. No, no. Listen, the best thing you can do is get this. That's the sponge from Krylon. Had it somewhere here also.
Yeah, I saw it. It was like on
Yeah.
slide 40.
It's that. That is the best thing. You don't use too much water, that is true. Just spray it a few times with a little water bottle, and it should be to a point where it activates, but it's not watery and it's not jelly, because if it has too little water, it's gonna kinda look like it's jelly. You want it in the middle because you don't want it to run down. The more water you use, actually, the more translucent it is gonna be.
I have another question. Since I'm
Yes.
flat broke right now, and
Mm.
the translucent powder is around like, I don't know. Wait, let me check it.
It
Yeah,
should
it's
be
like
around.
15 euros.
Yeah.
Is there any other, like, especially for the face? Like you said, I can use like hairspray for my hands.
Yeah.
But I
Go raid Essence shelf. It's not gonna be as good as Krylon's because this is really good. I could actually eat this powder. But you can raid Essence shelves because they should be cheaper. They have cheaper stuff.
I have to check that because I don't know if that's in Bosnia right now.
Yeah, it's in DM. You have it. Don't worry.
Okay.
Speaking of,
Okay, good.
There is a cool toned Essence bronzer. So if you didn't see the chat, maybe you should check it out. Essence is
Hell
top
yes.
tier.
But yeah, but please don't use hairspray on your face. Not because it could do something to it. It might. But because it's gonna glue you down, and you're not gonna be able to move your face or talk. It's gonna be straining, like you have a coat of plastic on you.
Yeah, I can see that, especially since I'm using the color on my lips. My lips are gonna be sealed shut, so I will not be able to talk probably.
Yeah. Also, before you use aqua color on your lips, please put some chapstick because aqua color is extremely drying. Like it dries your lips very hard.
Yeah, I felt it when I showed it on the last workshop.
Oh no.
You live, you learn. That's what.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been there, done that. Used acrylics on my skin. Don't want to talk about it.
I guess it's better than super glue. Jonah?
Yeah, I did put a thing up in the side chat earlier, but is there a better way of removing collodion than Vaseline? Or a different way?
So Vaseline is. Oh wait, you don't. I don't think Vaseline can remove collodion, but collodion is best removed with two things. One is acetone, And the other is collodion remover, which you can buy at Cryolan together with collodion.
Okay, yeah, because I know I saw a guy use Vaseline, but this was only after my accident happened with collodion,
Mm.
where I did a barbarian look, so I did my entire face to be mauled by a bear, essentially. I pulled all of that off. I walked around for 2 weeks looking like I was mauled by a bear.
Oh yeah. Oh,
And then I
yeah.
saw a
No.
video pop up. A guy used Vaseline and just went like around all the scars he made, and then it slowly rubbed it off.
Yeah, it probably makes the edges less sticky, so it slowly sticks off. But yeah,
Learn from my mistakes.
yeah, it's you can use because it's based on acetone, so acetone dissolves it, but also you don't really want to be using acetone on your face. So the safest bet is to buy collodion remover. It's legitimately called collodion remover, I think.
I'll remember that next time in Croatia.
Yeah, but
God.
it's also very satisfying to remove the collodion scar. It just hurts when it gets to the little hairs over here. Oh, that is painful. But it's so satisfying to just peel it off. Or is it just me? I don't know.
It is satisfying, but just hang on. I've got a photo of what I did.
14-year-old me thought a good alternative to collodion was super glue.
Oh no!
I did that as well.
Oh,
It
And
does
wood
give
glue.
a similar effect, but never
Hey guys, I
no,
don't
never
wanna
again.
I don't wanna be that guy, but y'all know there is skin adhesives, skin glues, there is Brozade, there is
Wait, I have
Spirit
something
Gum.
to add. I have something to
Yes.
add. I live in South Africa. We don't get that stuff. Anyway.
Online delivery?
Triple the price.
Ah. Painful.
Move out of South Africa?
I'm trying.
Oh.
Alright, yeah, just to give context. That was the level of scarring I did.
Yeah.
A
That
lot
was-
of it.
What
That
was the
was-
level of scarring that still stayed on?
Yes.
Oh,
It was
no.
hilarious when I went to go buy a burger afterwards. The teller was, "Are you okay?" "No, I'm fine."
Just mauled by a bear.
Just.
Was mauled by a bear, yeah.
No,
do we have any additional questions? Because I have a few in the meantime. So, Toast,
Yes.
when you want to change your face, for example, with like contour and stuff, the whole jawline thing, the thing when you're using warmer or cooler tones, because it's fake shadows, not your actual contour, do you use the cooler ones, or do you still adjust to your skin type thing? You know what I mean?
So, for the actual jawline, cool ones is what works the best, as well as I love using cool ones on the nose, but I love when it's more bronzerish on the actual cheeks, because I don't know, I just feel like it looks better, it blends better, and it's less harsh. Except if it's like more realistic male characters, I think. I would use warm as an exception. So cool for the male, sharp, realistic, but everything else more the cheek ones more warm. Although it also depends on what colors I'm using and what character it is. If I were to make something that's like very bubbly, everything is yellow, everything is orange and red, I would use everything warm because it makes sense. And if you're also coloring yourself in face paint, then you're gonna be using again very potent colors to, and they go according to the vibe to like of the makeup of your whole face. So it's pretty much on you, but more natural, I would go with cool ones though.
Okay, thank you. And one more thing, could you use is it called rigid rigid collodion. I lost it. Could you like use it to make yourself look more old? Like, for example, giving yourself what is it called?
There,
Old lines or
there,
something like that.
there is a product for that. There is a specific cryolan product that you would basically make, like raise your eyebrows or whatever to make all the lines appear. You would apply that and then let it dry. And once you go down, it makes very good old people, both skin, what is it called, skin like look, and the lines stay. But I don't know what it's called at the moment. Collodion, no, collodion would be too aggressive for it. And also, the edges of it. Yeah, I don't know how that would. It would more look like scarring, I think, than lines.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I love how this whole presentation was a cryolan sponsorship.
Listen. I would talk way more about other brands if they were in Croatia. I am struggling to find shit.
Well, when you look at it,
you leave us with no choice. We now have to contact Cryolan to be the sponsor of next cosplay competitions. That's it.
oh man, I would sold my soul.
If you look at it, Cryolan is just the best.
Not necessarily the best, but most available.
Listen,
but it is the best.
You haven't heard this from me, but Mayron has better aqua colors. But Mayron is like 20 euro shipping.
Yeah. Oh, I have another question because I'm gonna have to do makeup on him. How would I make him look more like Thorin Oakenshield?
Whom?
Thorin Oakenshield. I do have like photos I can send you.
Yes, please.
Because he has a beard. So I'm wondering, like, how do you do contours when someone has a beard going up to here and like just making we're gonna have to make his nose look a lot wider because Thorin is a dwarf. So let me just copy this. Save, post, upload file. So this is one of the photos. I can find more. But you know what Bogdan looks like, and like how would I make him look more like Thorin? Turn your camera on so she can see your face.
Well, first of all, he has very high cheekbones, so you can still he has very prominent shadow where it is, like directly underneath them, and it's more rounded, more outwards. So I don't think you would have too much problem with that.
Well, there you can see his face now. Like,
yeah.
What do I do? Yeah, we're gonna have to do something with your eyebrows.
No. I got enough eyebrows for two.
Yeah, I was about to say, he has such light eyebrows, and this is very much a contrast.
Yeah, you see his eyebrows here?
No.
And see your eyebrows? I'm just looking at it, like add a bit of contouring on the nose, but like make it look wider.
Yeah, no, that's not a problem because you just, make the white part on the top of it, the highlight, just make it wider, and then, the shading around it. That is not a problem. The eyebrows are a problem.
See?
Maybe try painting them with aqua color. That could work.
Making them lighter.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could.
And then I think that the face shape will depend a lot on a very good receding hairline wig.
Yeah. I'm gonna have crowns, so the hairline won't be visible.
Oh yeah, fair.
Oh yeah, he's gonna have a different armor.
this entire stuff, so I don't worry about the
Just do-
lace on the wig for
But
this one.
listen, you can always shave off his eyebrows. Make new ones.
I wish he would let me do that. You know
Also,
how
if-
much it took me to make him let me pluck his fucking unibrow?
language.
Oh. I feel that though. I feel that.
Alright, the only thing I wanted to add is you're also going to have to trim your moustache quite a bit and actually change the moustache line itself. You're going to have to droop it down based on that picture because he has more
part
gap
here.
as well, but also
This
the
part here.
moustache line, if you look closely where the, for lack of a better term, the fat line of the cheek is, he's got a lot more of a gap between his nose and his moustache. Whereas Boggy has more of a straight moustache. Mine is more closer to Thorin's, where it droops down.
Yeah, it goes downwards.
I would
yeah.
also definitely give him a smudged black eyeliner look.
Yeah, I'm looking at another photo now, and we're gonna have to do something about those freaking eyebrows. Because each photo I look, he almost has no eyebrows. It's almost like he just has a shadow of eyebrows.
Shave them off.
To be fair,
I've spoken.
you could try hiding them with glue, and then because it would still a little bit of the eyebrow relief would like remain, and then just like drawing a new one over that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I think he's growing more and more concerned by the second.
Or I could just shave your eyebrows while you sleep.
Yeah.
No, the thing
We can
is
also
dual
try
covering
super gluing
would
them.
be it, honestly. 6 tubs of uhu glue stick. We're gonna get there. Okay. For this, we can conclude the official presentation, but we can still stay and hang out, of course.
I do have
So-
another
Oh,
question.
you do? Okay.
Go.
Sorry.
So my second question was, how do I? Because I did this cosplay, and I'm not happy with how I did my makeup for her. Because again, we have very different face structure. So what should I do to make myself look more like her? Because you've seen photos of my cosplay of her, and I'm not happy how that turned
So
out.
good. What do you
I'm
mean?
not happy how it turned out. I look weird.
I mean, the main points I can see is very, very big cheekbones.
Yeah, they're very sunken in, and mine are
yeah.
not.
Unfortunately, like unless you use prosthetics to have big cheekbones from the side, you can't really do that. From the front, you can do what she already has, which is that gray. It's either cold or it's gray. It's definitely gray. Contour, and she has reverse from I was talking about that it's blended on the upper side and sharp on the bottom. She has opposite, which does give that sunken kind of skeleton dead vibe. So you go underneath your cheekbones that you want to accentuate. The upper part is sharp, blended in downwards. And it also goes from the point to like triangle towards your ear, so it's thinner on the inner.
So wait,
corner.
I should put the paper up here and then blend.
I mean, you don't really have to use paper. You can just after that use a concealer because the cheekbones should be lighter. Like the whole upper area of her face, like the cheekbones, everything is very much lighter than the rest of your face. Like nose.
Yeah, because they were putting light on her to make that part really, really light.
You can use very light concealer. But yeah, you don't have to use paper. You can just blend this in, use concealer, and just draw a line with the concealer. So it's gonna be concealer, not the contour anymore, right? It's gonna be cut off. It's you painting over it basically.
Okay.
And then conceal all of this. This is all concealed. Except if you're going, maybe I would even use for if you wanna be pale like that. Kryolan has cream foundation. It's either TV stick, Kryolan TV stick, I think they're called, or it's also in a palette. But you can take a white one and like some beige and mix them together to make the beige more white, but not white.
Mm-hmm.
To get that more white look. And then you can, put that contour down, cut it with, you can also at that point use the white if you're gonna be very pale. She has a very wide nose and cut crease eyeshadow. It's on the inside, it's white, but the upper one goes from the corner out with
So
glitter.
what I did for
Yeah.
my cosplay, I shaved off my eyebrows, and with the black eyeshadow, I went to my eyebrow line, and then I drew her eyebrows a little bit higher than what my eyebrows usually go to.
Yeah.
So is
mean,
that
that's-
something I should be doing, or should I do the eyebrows a bit more lower, or
I mean, that's basically. I mean, hers kinda. I think they will start where the normal ones start, but then end up on the above them.
not going
Like
higher?
they are very, very much arched though. There is, they're basically half a circle.
So I
shape.
should start from here where my eyebrows start and then go upward.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because I'll be wearing her again soon, so I'm just like,
Also, keep in mind that the end of the eyebrow is not the highest point in the eyebrow. The highest point of her eyebrow is somewhere in the line with the end of her eye, and then it starts falling down.
Mm.
And it's very long. It goes way past her eye. It's a very long eyebrow.
I found the old for getting old. The first link I posted in chat is that collodium offshoot that makes your skin older.
Old age stipple.
Yeah. I saw it. I was looking for it when I did Count Dooku, but they didn't have it in the shop at the moment.
You know what Kryolan has? The only time when Kryolan has all of its products available for Halloween.
Towards the end of the month when you don't have any money to buy it.
No, for Halloween. Half of the stuff they have is like never in stock during the year.
Yeah.
Except for like beauty products that you can find. That's restocked every day.
but Halloween is soon.
So I guess they're stocking?
Yeah. Except for fake blood. The moment they get fake blood, it gets bought off. And I hate that.
Why are you using fake blood?
Because the real one is hard to find. Every time I ask, do you have real blood in stock? They call the police.
Run faster.
That's why you have friends.
In South Africa.
I mean, to be fair, my blood is probably the easiest to get out compared to everyone else.
And you have a lot of it.
Yeah, I know.
Damn, he's hogging all the blood. That ain't fair. Share with your friends. Sharing is caring.
Come and take.
Blood.
I've got high blood pressure. Take it; it'll help me.
Oh god.
Now I'm worried because of next week.
Why? Because they're coming to see
listen.
Yeah.
Oh yes, be afraid. Be very afraid.
Ooh. Okay. Any more questions that we have? I think that could be all. Thank you so much for the presentation, Toast, and for all the questions you've answered and this casual talk. It's really, really refreshing. And oh, we do have one more question.
No.
I keep messing myself up because I'm about to like end it, and I'm sorry, it's not. Go ahead, Adnan.
It's okay. I'm sorry for interrupting your
No, it's
outro.
fine. You are the priority.
Okay, so since I asked you about the translucent powder, can setting powder actually be a substitute
I
for
mean,
it?
yeah, it's called setting powder. I also call it translucent because it is a translucent setting powder, unlike a setting powder that already has a color that's made to make your base color pop even more. So both are setting powders, but
Oh,
one of
okay.
them is translucent.
The other one just matches the tone of your
Yeah,
skin, kind of.
yeah.
Okay, okay.
Which I don't know why it's used, but there
It's on the live
is.
stream.
It just exists.
Yeah, I have one,
Sono
and
secondo.
it does make it like
Sono
lighter
secondo.
because it's a very light one. I'm very much pale, but like it also kills everything that's underneath. The translucent one, if you're using crayons, which is really good, if you leave it for a little bit longer on a certain spot that you want to make lighter, it's gonna make it lighter. So I don't get the need for an actual like colored one.
What about baby powder? If it's really, really tight in the month, you know.
Technically, so if you are working with something like creamy, it is gonna make it not sticky, but it's not gonna keep it in place. So technically it will do half the job.
Fair enough. And especially if you take pictures, you don't want to be white as hell.
I don't know. Maybe it can blend in. I'm pretty sure that the baby powder can blend
It does
in.
blend in, but with flash photography, it's gonna reflect, and then you're gonna be just white.
Ooh.
That's why there's
So
those
so
specific.
Edward cosplay when?
Actually, good idea. With the whole glitter stuff, you haven't noticed,
Oh yeah.
but most people weren't. Most people, not me. The other people who have their cameras on weren't really happy about the glitter talk. Who said that?
What do you mean?
I do not like glitter.
But listen. Oh no, it's not here. Listen, I have like 5 different glitter highlights. I need all of them.
Okay, I have been out of high school for 10 years. I am still cleaning glitter up from my date.
Listen, but
So
not
no.
like
No glitter.
no, this is different. This one you will not find. Even if it falls off, it is gone forever, basically, because it's very fine dust glitter that will only shine when light hits it. So you're fine.
Yeah, but it's gonna be on
That
your
makes it more
clothes. It's gonna
scary.
be on your fingers. It's gonna be everywhere.
Have you heard of soap and water?
The thing is, it could be
It
also
doesn't
depending on-
wash off all the time.
because there's a difference between shimmer and glitter. Maybe Toast is thinking about shimmer.
Both.
Okay,
Both.
Okay,
Both.
both. But shimmer is very, very like almost non-existent. So it's not like the
Oh
hard
yeah,
glitter
shimmer's
particles.
fine.
So shimmer
Yes,
is
but
very-
it's like the difference between a big spider and a small spider. At least a big spider, you can see him. The small one, you know he's there, but you have no idea where he is.
Yeah, but a glitter will not attack you, is the difference between spiders. Spiders are vicious.
You and I have had very different experiences with glitter than I think.
You and I had very different experiences with spiders.
Most likely.
Oh yeah. I cannot go in a store and not buy a new... Something is on the floor. New glitter.
So wait, quick question. Is it true that like I've noticed many times I do my makeup and in real life it looks awesome. I'm happy with it. And then later on photos, it's not showing as it is in real life. So for a lot of makeups, it's better to go overboard. In real life, it looks weird. It's too much. But on photos, it's going to look good.
So it's not about the photo, it's about a light setup. So if you're gonna have giant, very harsh lights shining in you for the photo shoot, they're gonna make everything brighter, including your contour, and it's just gonna eat it away. Best thing you can do is put yourself in the lightning situation while applying makeup that you would be for the photo shoot. I know when I know that I'm gonna be in harsh lighting, I take the ring light and I blast it full. And then when I turn off the ring light, I'm like, oh god, I am brown. This one is glittery. This one is pure glitter. This one is shiny, and it's also in two colors. It is like yellow and pink. This one is white with shine. I also have some very big glitter, but I cannot find it. But it's shiny. Because listen, if you're gonna make your whole face matte, if it's gonna be, no shine, no nothing, you gotta bring in some shine. It cannot be pure matte. Shiny.
I think there's like a cultural difference here because this probably means yes in South Africa.
Oh yeah, I agree. I agree.
No, it doesn't.
Wait, then. Actually, I think I have here your worst nightmare then.
I don't think that can fit into a bottle. And he knows what I'm talking about. We're not going to talk about it. Oh my god.
Gross.
That is a glitter gel. That is a nightmare. But it's holographic glitter gel.
The closest thing I use to glitter is, and I hate having to use it, is gold pigment powder. That's the closest I use. And even this, you will sneeze gold for 3 days after using a teaspoon of it.
Listen, I might have
You can mask.
found a new way to poison myself the other day, and I might need to go to a doctor.
What'd you
Because
do?
apparently, inhaling metal dust is not so fun.
No, it's
Yeah,
not.
don't do that.
Don't be
listen,
me.
it's fine.
No.
I'm just coughing a little bit. And now Naomi's coughing a little bit too because we both inhaled it, but that's fine. That's
Pomogi,
Okay,
I'm gonna come out of hiding just to tell everybody here one thing, because I probably sniff more metal than Valentina by an order of magnitude. Wear a fucking good mask. Surgical masks are not enough. Get yourself the N95 or some the thing they were peddling for COVID. Do that. Do not sniff. I have been coughing for 3 days. Or no, 2, 3, 2.
Put a magnet
wasn't
on your
just that.
nose, so it will
Put a magnet.
attract all the metal dust. Problem solved.
We did
Listen.
have another thing from Algae. It's a bit back on the topic of translucent powder, rice flour. I think I've heard someone using it, but I don't know. Mostly I wouldn't use anything that wouldn't be used on skin, right? Because of breaking out and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know too much about rice flour to continue on that, but everything flour based, I have a feeling that it's meltable in water. Therefore, it would probably mix up very badly with sweat and face oils.
Fair enough. And
Ooh,
next-
speaking
oh,
of
okay.
mute, I said. I can hear myself. Thank you. So speaking of face oils, I noticed with my last Necro cosplay, after a couple of hours and after a whole day, how do you get rid of the shine on your face, like your oils
Apply
going
more
through?
fixing powder.
Fixing powder. Okay.
Yeah, because it will mattify it basically.
Okay. I need to get
If you
the
have too much
fixing
oil on,
powder.
you can like press lightly, paper, but very lightly so the makeup doesn't come off, and just reapply the powder.
Okay.
Toast, just for a warning for everyone attending, new to cosplay or not. If you are fine with sharing that with the class, could you list out all the things you got poisoned by regarding with cosplay?
Listen. Not too many.
Don't
Not too
spoil
many
it. That's a
stuff.
question potentially in the quiz. Don't.
Listen, no, it's fine. I managed to poison myself with contact cement. I managed to poison myself and boyfriend with wood glue to the point that we were actually nauseous and puking.
Taco! How? With wood glue, how? What did you do? Drink it?
I left it fully drying in the room I slept in the entire night with a closed window.
It is the most non-toxic material you can work with.
I would not agree with that. Not after that night, I would not.
I'm surprised. We found someone worse than me.
I accidentally touched uncured epoxy multiple times. I inhaled a few days ago both plastic and metal dust. And touched epoxy again. So yeah, I haven't drank neither 99% alcohol or acetone yet, but that could change.
It's not fun.
Yet.
It's not fun. Don't do it.
I also ended up on emergency one time when I was innocently cutting foam and I almost cut off my thumb.
Bring the liter of acetone to Sarajevo for unrelated reasons, I promise.
Oh.
Okay, I think Purple should stop doing cosplay because you're gonna freaking kill yourself one
no.
day.
Wait, I have an idea. Your next cosplay, and it's going to be your new lifelong cosplay. Watch the movie Bubble Boy.
What is that?
The kid in the bubble?
It's a kid who walks around the world in a bubble. That is your new cosplay. That's the last one you're allowed to make.
Listen,
She will choke.
the best support I had for not hurting myself was my mom, who was like, "If you cut off again anything, I'm not driving you to the emergency." So I'm trying not to do that because I need the emergency.
Wow.
I don't think I'd ever meet someone who's worse than me.
Me neither.
That is insane.
Oh,
Wood glue is confusing.
Everyone
Okay,
asks
remind me
how they do it.
when we all gather in Sarajevo. Remind me to tell you a story about Anya that almost fell from 5 meters while being high.
Oh
God.
no.
High on.
On paint.
Oh god.
But I need to demonstrate it because it's you need to see the scale of things. It's not story for telling. You need to see scale of things.
I need to see scale of things.
That sounds
I'm
so
going to be
wrong.
asking that story when I'm there next year as well, right?
Yeah, you will.
Also, I might have or have not new and improved Sword of Carmilla, which is low-key illegal, but who's gonna know? Shh,
what's
Leo,
new?
shh. It's
Oh,
fine.
yeah,
You don't know to know anything.
You have my attention.
You're gonna see it. You're gonna see it.
I'm curious.
Wait, what's
She's
illegal?
using
I
real
only
human
know what's
blood, right?
illegal.
Listen. It's fine. It's fine.
Using real human blood, right?
Ooh, you have some to spare?
Jono has.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Oh god, this is getting out of hand.
No, but theoretically, if you had someone who is, medically trained, could just extract like 20 grams of blood safely,